What is up, guys? It's Colin with Cowabunga Gaming, here for this week's gaming news updates. Alright, so today's already turned out to be in a we're not going to call it a bad day, we're just going to call it a pain in the ass day. Yeah, that's what we're going with. I've already done the gaming news twice today. The first time I did it, my hard drive 11 minutes into the making of this video I ran out of hard drive, so it stopped the video at like 11 minutes when I was like 20 minutes into the video and I didn't even know that happened. So when I realized it happened, obviously I had to redo the video, but before I could redo the damn video I had to frickin' go back and clear out space in my laptop so I could do this. So that was the first time. The second time, it went without a hitch. But what I did not know, and I didn't know this until just a little while ago when I found out, so I'm doing this gaming video right now almost at midnight. Usually I already have it up by now. But I went and did like 4 hours of featured contracts on the Hitman video game. So I got a bunch of videos of that I got to upload. Well, after I got done doing all that and my video had rendered and everything, I came out to look at it really quick to realize that when I recorded it, there was a fan on in the background. I didn't realize how loud the fan was, and my microphone picked all of it up, and it made my video, well, sound like a big pile of poop. So, therefore, I had to delete the video, and now I'm redoing it now for you guys, now, at midnight. So, just a quick explanation of what's been going on for the day. And here we go, guys, and for today's news update, I'm going to get into just a little bit about the new Batman game from Telltale. Now, I don't know much about Telltale. I mean, I know they did the, I don't know, I'm blanking out. The Walking Dead games, Game of Thrones, and there's something else in there, but I don't remember what the other thing is that's in there, but there's something else in there. But now they're making a Batman game. Now, let's see here. Telltale has now confirmed players will spend more time in control of the man behind the mask, which is the complete opposite of what most games are, which is where you play Batman the majority of the time, and there's little bits and pieces here and there of where you're Bruce Wayne. This one is flipping it around, where you're going to spend more time as Bruce Wayne, and the other time as Batman, which will be at nighttime. Now, it's set in modern-day Gotham. Telltale's living comic book style take on the Cape Crusader includes a familiar cast: Alfred, Vicky Vale, James Gordon, and Renee Montoya, among others, but unfolds in a universe separate to any existing comic book and movie adaptation, which means no Robin or Nightwing. So said Telltale during a panel at last week's SXSW. No mention of villains just yet. However, story-wise, the game's focus is on both Batman and Bruce Wayne and how their lives intertwine. With player decisions directly tied to daytime outcomes with Bruce, via Bruce, and scenario after dark via the Bat. Here's Telltale on the basics. Each night, Bruce Wayne chooses to change Gotham for the better. The team wants to explore what the consequences are of the player's action and decisions when decisions are made by Bruce have a critical impact on his nightly crusades as Batman, and vice versa. Certain key situations will give the player the decision to approach a scenario as Bruce or Batman, with consequences for both sides. Drawing inspiration from the works of over 75 years of Batman artists, apparently the Telltale engine will also be very upgraded by the time their episodic slant on Batman arrives this summer. And that's all I have, because there are no video shots that have been released. There's no videos, screenshots, none of that's been released yet. Only thing that's been released is that there is a Telltale Batman game, and it is coming out this summer. And it's a very good thing that the engine is being very upgraded, as they put it, because, you know, I saw some things and heard some things that, you know, people were saying that the engine is starting to get a smidge outdated. So they're going to update that for us, and it's probably going to look pretty badass. Yeah. Okay, so one of the other, well, not one of the other, I got two more things on my stuff here for you. And one of the things I'm going to go over here with you guys is Dark Souls 3, which is actually coming out next month. Well, okay, it's coming out next month for worldwide, and then but Japan is getting it this month, March. So now I have not played much of the Dark Souls series. I haven't played any of them, actually. I didn't play 1. I didn't play 2. I'm not going to play 3. Sorry, guys. They're just not my kind of game. Because I know the developers purposely made the game like really hard for you. Because there are players out there that live for that kind of game where it just gives you, you know, where it's really challenging. And I understand that there are people out there that like that, so I get it. I, however, am not like that. I don't want to die 60 times on the first level. It will just, like, aggravate me and make me mad, and then I just won't want to play the game anymore. That's not enjoyable to me. I want to progress through the game without dying constantly. And I tried Bloodborne. I did try it, but it didn't go over well. I died, I think it was like 54 or 55 times on the first level. And then I just had enough, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. There's just nothing there for me. But I do want to go over just a little bit of it for you guys, because I know there's people out there, like I said, that really like this kind of thing. So, what we got here. Let's see. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, there we go. It's an upcoming action role-playing video game being developed by From Software. The fourth entry in the, series. Dark Souls 3 will be released in March of 2016 in Japan and worldwide for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows the following month. A comic is scheduled for release in April of 2016 as well. Dark Souls 3 is an action role-playing game set in a third-person perspective, similar to previous games in the series. According to director Hidetaka Miyazaki, the game's gameplay design follows closely from Dark Souls 2. Players are equipped a variety of weapons, including short bows, explosive like firebombs, sorry about that, great swords and dual wielding swords to fight against enemies, and shields that can be used to deflect an enemy's attack and protect the player from suffering damage. In addition, attacks can be evaded through dodge rolling, bonfires which serve as checkpoints, return from the previous installments. Ashes, according to Miyazaki, will play an important role in the game. Magic is featuring in the game, and the magic meter returns, similar to Demon Souls. Each attack has two different styles. One of them is a standard attack, while another provides power up to players and is slightly more powerful when performing miracles and spells. The player's magic points are consumed and decreased. In order to refill these points, they need to consume an Ash Estus Flask. There are two different Estus Flasks in the game. One of them can help refill magic points, while another refills hit points. Combat and movements were made faster and more fluid in Dark Souls 3. Several players' movements, such as backstepping and swinging heavy weapons, can be performed more rapidly, allowing players to deal more damage in a short period of time. And throughout the game, players encounter different types of enemies, each with different behaviors. Some of them change their combat pattern during battles. New combat features are introduced in Dark Souls 3, including Ready Stance, which are special abilities for players that allow them to deal much more damage to enemies than ordinary attacks are capable of. Small gravestones are introduced. These gravestones light up when interacted with and not only serve as players' torches but also provide additional lore to the game. The game puts more focus on role-playing, in which the character builder is expanded and weapons are improved to provide more tactical options to the players. The game features fewer maps than its predecessor, Dark Souls 2, but levels were interconnected and were made larger, which encourages exploration. The adaptability stat from Dark Souls 2 was removed from Dark Souls 3. The game features multiplayer elements like previous games in the series. Now, let's see, I'm going to get into a little bit of the development stuff here for you guys. The development of the game began in mid-2013, prior to the release of Dark Souls 2, whose development was handled by Tomohiro Shibaya and Yuri Tanimura, instead of the series creator Miyazaki. The game was developed alongside Bloodborne, but was handled by two completely different teams. Miyazaki also returned to direct Dark Souls 3, while Osamu Okono, the director of Steel Battalion Heavy Armor, served as a co-director for the game. Despite Miyazaki originally believing that the series would not have many sequels, Dark Souls 3 would serve as the fourth installment in the Souls series. Miyazaki later added that the game would not be the last game in the series, and instead would serve as a turning point for both the franchise and the studio. And it was the last project by From Software before Miyazaki became the president of the company. Multiple screenshots of the game were leaked prior to its initial reveal at Electronic Entertainment Expo 2015. The game's gameplay was then shown at Gamescom in 2015. Miyazaki said that Bloodborne's limitation made him want to return to the Dark Souls series. According to him, the game's enemies and map layout were designed to kill players. The introduction of Ready Stance was inspired by Legolas, an archer from The Lord of the Rings. Don't know if I said that right. The game's visual design focuses on withered beauty with ember and ash scattered throughout the game's world. Dark Souls 3 is set to be released for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in Japan March 24th, 2016, and worldwide, along with the Microsoft Windows version, April 12th, 2016. A stress test for that game, which allowed certain players to test the game's network functionality before release, was available for 3 days in October of 2015. The game has 3 different special editions for players to purchase, all of which cost more than the base game. Players who have pre-ordered the game will have their game automatically upgraded to the Apocalypse Edition, which has a special case and the game's original soundtrack. The Collector's Edition contains physical items such as the Red Knight figurine, an art book, and a new map and a box. The Pristine Edition features all the content of the Collector's Edition. It has an additional Lord of Cinder Risen figurine, which can form a pair with the Red Knight figurine. Alright. And that's the little bit of info that I have for Dark Souls 3, which I'm pretty sure that like probably a huge majority of you guys might even already know that stuff, have it, whatever. It's all information, news, and stuff for Dark Souls 3. So it's been out for a while. But it was something I just wanted to throw out there to you guys. Just for anybody who, whatever small little itty bitty percentage of a chance that didn't know that little bit of stuff. Now you do. And the last thing that I wanted to go over with you guys, and I'm sure that some of you probably might know some of this by now. I think it's been out for about, I want to say like 2 days maybe? 2 or 3 days? Today actually might be the 3rd day that the info for this has been released into the gaming world. So, here we go. The next thing I got for you guys is, now, keep in mind, this is, as of right now, 100% rumor. There is no actual proof of it happening whatsoever right now. They're just saying it's rumor. So, Sony is supposedly making a PS4.5 to support 4K games. Now, Kotaku has claimed, citing unnamed developer sources, that Sony is developing a PS4 with more graphical power so that games can run at 4K resolution. It might not be an entirely new console, but a new device / add-on that brings the power boost. Whatever it ends up being, it is currently going by the name PS4.5, and it will include an updated GPU to support 4K resolution for games and more processing power for VR games as well. Sony's PlayStation VR will launch this autumn, and the PS4 could use the added benefit of better processing power. The console, which first released in late 2013, is already considering to be aging as well as outpaced by modern gaming. PCs also. With a higher end GPU, the PS4 will be able to match the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive virtual reality headsets, both of which require powerful PCs. And by supporting 4K resolution, 4 times the pixel size of 1080p, the PS4 could round out its high-res capabilities. It currently outputs 4K photos and videos, but not for games. There's no word yet on when we can expect this machine to be available. The PS4 recently went from $400 to $350, and if the PS4.5 were to be an entire console, Sony could go back to that $400 price. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and I'm sure PS4 gamers will want to know if they can trade up, And then the other thing is, developers might need to release games that work with multiple types of hardware. And then this also begs the question of whether only some games will run on just the PS4 and others will only run on the PS4.5. It's all very interesting stuff that we definitely need to figure out pretty soon, if it's actually real or not. Because as of right now, we don't know if it's real. It's just being stated as a rumor right now. And they did try to contact Sony, but you know how Sony is. They will not respond to you or give you any type of response if it's a rumor. So, on that note, that's where it's left at. We'll see what happens. That is probably it for right now, guys. I definitely want to say thank you to all the subscribers I have. I definitely want to say thank you to the certain individuals that are active on my channel the most, and you guys know who you are, and I just want to say thank you to you guys. I very much appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thank you very much. I want to make my YouTube channel big, and it's a little baby steps at a time, and I'm working towards it, and I just want to say I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And let's see, trying to think. I will have more Hitman videos coming up for you guys. I just did 4 hours of the featured contract kills on the side. I just did 4 hours of those, and as I've explained, I'm gonna have 2 different playlists. I'm gonna have one for strictly the storyline of Hitman, and then I'm gonna have one strictly for featured contract kills, challenges, whatever, in a completely different playlist. So 2 completely different playlists, because I didn't want to put both of them together, because I think it would just be too confusing with storyline in there and then featured contracts, and just I'd rather just have 2 separate playlists for you guys. So that's what's happening with that. And might be that's I think that's it for now, guys. All right. We will obviously have more for you next Tuesday. And as of right now, that's it, guys. Again, thank you to everyone that comes to my channel, checks me out. You know, if you guys like it, love it, you know, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And this is Colin with Cowabunga Gaming, signing out. Deuces.